despite the fact that so many people tell me, well, it's just about standards, don't worry about it. You know, you got local control of curriculum like they do in Clinton. But the initiative is about so much more than standards. In my job, I want to kind of describe to you the framework, the fundamentals, what all the moving parts really are. And so let's get started and set up the issue of Common Core. And I'm probably talking to the choir, you're a well-informed group, but you know it's a set of K-12 educational standards. Math and English language arts standards were rolled out in 2010. Next generation science standards are the Common Core science standards. They just didn't adopt the Common Core name for them. And they came out in the spring of this year. How do we get Common Core standards and all that went with it? As Angela said, we got a 2009 stimulus bill when the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act appropriated $4.35 billion for education. And Secretary Duncan and the department said, we're going to put that in a race to the top federal grant fund. And states can compete for this grant money. And you remember 2009 was really worse economically than it is today. States were really strapped for cash. It was a race for the money. Plus, the other carrot was, you'll have a better chance at No Child Left Behind waivers if you apply for this grant. Okay, if you apply for the grant, just apply for the grant. Never mind if you got any grant funds. You were committing your state to certain things. You were committing them to standards and assessments, which would be aligned one to the other, to develop and adopt a common set of national standards that were college and career ready. Just so happens that what was available at the time was the Common Core standards. So that was the place to go. The government knew they were driving school districts to that one set of standards. States would agree to develop and adopt high-quality assessments that are aligned to the standards. They would agree to participate in a consortium for testing. Mississippi is in the PARC consortium, the Partnership for the Assessment of Readiness for College and Career. It started out with 25 states in that consortium. The last time I found research a couple of weeks ago, it was down to 14 states and the District of Columbia. So a number of states have dropped out. Mississippi has not. We're still in it. Another thing is that the performance evaluations for teachers and principals are tied to student growth and performance of your school under those standards. I think that's a very important point for people to realize.